Karibu sana TV47 na karibu kwa Sports Extravaganza.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for according us your time.
Thank you for also inviting me.
Asante sana. We also have our usual suspect. The coach of Mseto FC.
No, niite champion bwana. Nimebeba league bro.
Nimebeba league?
Yes, nimebeba league.
Let me take back my word.
Yes.
The champion.
Congratulations.
Nairobi County League, asante.
Nairobi
Thank
County
you so much.
League. The champion of Nairobi
Yes.
County League, Mseto FC.
Bana.
The coach himself, Mzee Barnabe, Michael Barnabe, karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Hey, unaona inaletanga watu wa power sana. Unaona hivyo. Alafu tuko na mzee mkubwa mwenyewe. Title zako before niseme vitu zangu. Unajua ninakuwa na vitu mingi sana. Dennis Madheka, tuambie title yako ni gani kubwa? Sema watu wakujue. Naona leo umevaa Nairobi United. Kesho mko na kibarua.
Ndio kesho kibarua hipo ni tishio tu, nimevaa tu ni vitisho tu. Wakae tayari huko.
Ni jamaa ya goro.
Dennis Madheka ni shabiki sugu wa timu ya Nairobi United. Watakuwa napiga finali ya Mozart FKF Cup. Game kubwa itakuwa Ulinzi Sports Complex kesho, na mimi nitakuwa nashabikia Nairobi United, nisimame na Nicholas Muyoti rafiki yangu aweze kupiga Gor Mahia. Naongea kama shabiki wa AFC. Now, of course I'll let the gentleman of course to share into what you've actually listened on the facilities that we have in Morocco, and that was just, I didn't even cover all the stadiums because ni mingi hata wezi maliza. Huko unaweza fanya story ya mwaka mzima na mwaka mzima. But of course, listening to the numbers, kama ile stadium kubwa wanatengeneza 115,000 capacity, 65 billion. Ile ingine 10 billion. Hii pesa tuko nayo. Anybody can go.
Pesa tuko nayo. Pesa tuko nayo.
Imebadilishwa.
Asante kwa mimi kuwa hapa tena.
Champion. Karibu champion.
Tu pia 1 second tu kidogo tu.
Piga shughuli.
Yeah, first wacha nishukuru sana my boys kwa kuweza kunipatia hiyo win. For this year tumekuwa tukingangana sana. Haikuwa jani rahisi kuanzia January, but right now tumepa promotion to the regional league and of course the champions. So tunaingia Champions League. Nafikiri nawashukuru sana. Ni vizuri wameniambia ni wataje kwa national television.
Wataje.
Nasema naweza, na unajua wengi wanatuma pia salamu.
Wataje hata majina yao coach.
Uko maeneo ya kule. Lazima tume salamu. Yes. Yeah, na nawashukuru sana kina Ian, kina Malo pale, wazuri kina Seth, wamenisaidia sana kupanda ligi, kina Obed. Na pia vile management yangu, niko pia na makocha wawili nyuma yangu ambao wamenisaidia. Even to the kit manager, to the team doctors, 3 of them. Yes, Stacy, Abigail and Kerubo. Thank you so much guys kwa hilo. So and of course without forgetting my captain Justin, angenimaliza.
Ungerudi kwa timu.
Nimekuwa na yeye since sub county, sasa ndio huyu amepandisha team. Yes. Yeah, but I must say that elimu ambayo pia nilipata kutoka kwa CAF, the document ambayo alinipatia certificate. Yes. As a diploma, imeniwezesha kwa sababu tangu nifanye CAFC nimekuja nikapandisha team. So nashukuru pia makocha wangu kina coach Kangi, coach Musa, wamenisaidia sana katika kupanda. Na hii kitu huwezi fanya peke yako. Lazima there is a journey always. Watu wanakuguide na usikatae kusikiza wale watu ambao wanakusaidia. Kwa hivyo labda tu nikiingia sasa kwa mada.
Well done.
Nimemaliza. Inaweza ongea hadi kesho.
Well done.
I think for me we just need not to look at the past. What we didn't do or what we did not achieve. Yes. Right now, nafikiri tuanze kufocus on what we can achieve. Haiku happen. We've had different regimes in terms of federations. They did what they had to do. Now we have a new federation. We have new ideas. They've told us what they can do. We cannot build Rome in 2 days, in 1 day. We'll have to wait. So a big congrats to Morocco, and if you look at their journey also haijakuwa rahisi, but tunasema pia ni kwa sababu wamekaribia Europe sana na hizo side.
Kwa nini hamjakaribia?
Wamekaribia. Lakini pia sisi ndio, lakini kuna maji mengi sana labda ukilinganisha na huko. Yeah, India na oje niko hapa. But I think ni vizuri that we are now benchmarking. We are looking at what others are able to do. And nafikiri ni rahisi sana kwetu now moving forward. Ni tuweze tu kuaje serikali ipatie labda nafasi kubwa na pia some allocations katika even the budgets, kwa sababu lisikia hata last time budget ya last time vile ilikuwa hivi. But again, tusiangalie pia serikali sana. We can generate our own income as federation and of course stakeholders. Let us come together. Tujaribu sana kuwa na hizo institutions. But lazima nikimalizia on that point, lazima tuweze kutofautisha vitu. We have national stadiums and we have private stadiums. So if the government will do what they can, yes, to have national stadium like Kasarani, Nyayo, hizo ni viwanja za serikali, they can be hired, okay, but clubs pia lazima zifikirie. I will always talk about it. Clubs lazima pia zifikirie vile zitapata stadium zao, waache kutegemea national stadiums. Simple. La, wacha tutofautishe hayo, tuwe na private investors, let us invite them, let us attract them, na kila kitu itakuwa sawa.
It's true, of course, as I bring in Munyendo.
Yes.
In Morocco, most of it, I was even asking them the kind of partnerships you mentioned. They have private public partnerships, yes, that are actually constructing these facilities. That's just one of them. I did a story about a sports complex that now houses the headquarters of the Royal Moroccan Football Federation. Yes. Public-private partnership. As you're saying, it's no longer about the government right now, because government itakusaidia, itasahau. And of course, Munyendo, in your space, there is that as well. As he's saying, football teams now need to stop begging for resources and actually come out and take the bull by the horns.
Yeah, sure. So I'll start by congratulating him. When we were waiting, I didn't know he was a champ. He walked with a lot of humility. If it was me, if I was in his position, okay, the whole world would have known. So congratulations, coach,
thank you, sir,
for the feat you've attained. Now, partly I agree on the PPP, yes, the public-private partnership, and partly I disagree. For starters, it's important to know that Schedule 4 of our Constitution arrogates the national government with part of the duties of construction of sports facilities. You know, when there's demarcation of duties between national and county government, one of the key roles that the national government is bequeathed with the Constitution is improvement of sports facilities, promotion of sports education, and regulation of sports. And now the government, or rather Parliament, to ensure that the government plays this role, enacted Sports Act. And when Sports Act was enacted, it created the Sports Kenya. Sports Kenya is a state institution. And in enacting Sports Kenya, it replaced the then Sports Stadium Management Board. I don't know if you remember that. Yes. I know you've been around for quite some time, so you may remember it. Yeah, sure. So Sports Kenya, the main mandates of Sports Kenya is construction of these facilities. Yeah. Now, there's a lot of taxpayers' money. We have seen over the last 10 years that there has been construction of certain international stadium. The stadium that have been getting constructed by Sports Kenya, in my view, they have not met certain international standards. And that's why, for a very long time, we've been having a cat and mouse game on certification by CAF and FIFA about Nyayo and Kasarani. Yeah. So that quality, which does not befit the expectations of the CAF and FIFA, has been now transferred to the so-called international stadiums. There's Kirigiti, which has stagnated. It's some kilometers here away. Yes. I don't know if it's a county facility or a national government facility. But again, even the same Schedule 4 also allocates. You know, sports is one of the functions that the Constitution, both the national and the county governments share. Yeah. So you saw the Kericho International Stadium, the one which hosted some people. Was it a national celebration?
Event, yeah, it's a national event.
Yes. Now, what does that show? The government is capable of constructing the stadium. The government is aware of its role. It's one of its main functions to promote sports and to create great environments, amiable environment for conduct of sports. And that only comes by construction of proper facility. Now, has it done so? I think I won't really be the judge. I will leave it for the public opinion to be the judges. But be that as it may, it's important that we emphasize that part of the budgetary allocation to the sports, construction of sports facilities has been underwhelming. There's a time there was a scandal of stadium. Every time there's allocation, but it does not meet the required standards. 1 month ago, there was even a rumor that Kasarani was not meeting certain standards, including the most basic, the grass. And therefore it shows that even if money was to be allocated, then we need to come up with certain quality standards.
Yeah.
And our levels of seriousness need to match up what we want. We are in 2025, for heaven's sake. We cannot be constructing part of what we are having. You are a media consultant, a media fella. You know right now the role of the media in a stadium and even how media is supposed to be hosted in an international stadium setup. In your traveling around locally or internationally, do you think the two match up if you travel around up and about? No. So it's important. Now, number two, I understand it is important for clubs out of their own initiatives to attempt to own their own facilities. But it will also be very unfair to call on the clubs to own, because the environment itself, the sporting environment in Kenya, may not really be encouraging for persons or clubs to even be able to do that. Why am I saying so? One, some of the clubs struggle with payment of
the basic
things, the most basic things.
Yeah.
So do you think a stadium can become a priority? I do not think so. The fact that some of these teams expect to partner well-wishers or corporate bodies to be onboarded so that they can support them. I do not know if the environment itself encourages corporate bodies to partner some of these clubs so that they can have an overflow of cash flow to spare some for construction of stadium. So perhaps it leaves us with the third option of PPP, the public-private partnership. But
again,
what are the returns?
But on the same...
And remember Helen Sambili, the former Minister of Sports, when they stopped Nyayo Stadium from...
she stopped because there was an ignorant outcry from Kenyans. Kenyans didn't appreciate. The same thing happened in Kasarani. We denied Coca-Cola what we gave to Moi Sports Center Kasarani through Safaricom. So it was a case of double standards.
But on the same, I am always talking about initiatives by the clubs. And the moment we will say this is not okay, or the environment, who is there to make the environment conducive? Ourselves. So the clubs. And that's why we are talking about even these elections that we are talking about. How watu waende walainishe mambo. We have to have a plan to start thinking about it. I'm not talking about a 1 year or 2 year thing. It might be a 10-year plan, but let it be there. That if we are able to actually, what is so expensive? Hiring a stadium or having some plans za kujenga yako in 10 years. Because let me tell you, hata Nyayo inapofunguliwa Makasarani, clubs ikitaka kutumia, they pay a lot. Unajua kuitisha tu ama kuomba camp pale kwa annex Kasarani ni pesa ngapi kwa siku moja ama 2 hours ya training tu. It's a lot. So Sports Kenya pia, as you're saying, wanafaa kuja pia pamoja. Na kitu kingine ambacho kinatuumiza pia ni ignorance ya knowledge. Many people don't know what my learned friend hapa anazungumzia. Hawajui. They don't even know what the Sports Act is talking about. Hawajui kama kuna Sports Kenya, what is their mandate. So we also have to read and learn and understand how can we come together kwa table moja tuzungumze. private whatever wanaweza kuja na tusaidiane. Wewe ulete shilingi yako 2 na serikali lete yao 2, wawe na maelewano and things will be okay. But we have to start from somewhere. Let us not say that it is impossible.
Yeah, I saw Gor Mahia.
And Madeka, also Madeka to weigh in,
Yes,
because Morocco did not actually just start building stadiums because they are hosting FIFA Club World Cup. And Morocco does not just basically build stadiums capacity of 50,000. In Morocco, they have a stadium that has a capacity of 5,000 people or 10,000
That's
people.
where Kenya played Chad.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yes. Imagine wanaturusha huko kwa nini? Kwa warm up.
Hapa kwa upande wangu mimi kwa sababu kweli kwa upande wangu mimi naona sports Kenya kitu kimoja hawajafanya ni kuja kaa chini, yani sports yani zote tu, kila kitego cha sport wakae chini, athletics, upande wa athletics, football, hawa watu wakae chini, volleyball, saa zingine unapata volleyball iko Nyayo Stadium, hizi bodi zote wakutane, wakae chini, si ndio? Waangalie ni nini wanaweza fanya kuhusu viwanja, sababu watu ukiangalia tu, kuna siku nyingine hapa nilisema mimi pia ma presidents tunawapata katika serikali yetu ya Kenya. Inanishangaza sana, yani presidents tumekuwa nao 5 lakini 2 tu kutoka bonde la ufa. Kuna siku ningesema hivyo, kutoka bonde la ufa ndio wanashughulikia viwanja tu peke yao. Kwa hivyo mimi naona kufikia Morocco ni ngumu sana. Kenya hapa shida ni accountability hatuna. Na kitambo tukae chini tuelewane football Kenya na serikali uko na hii kama vile mwenzangu Banaba alikuwa anajaribu kusema. Hiyo itatuchukua miaka kama 20
hata 100,
sababu tuko mbali.
But we appreciate.
Let me just add up on, I do agree in entirety what he says. You know, Kolanda, we also sometimes I think I really love football sometimes, but I really think we overrate ourselves in terms of importance of football.
Yeah.
We really think we are a football.
We actually pretend that we love football.
When in essence
Someone talked about it and we laughed.
He has said something. He has said something important, which I want to contextualize. He has said this. My presidents were hizi ma federation wakutane. Now, how about constructing a simple athletics stadium? A simple
Just
basketball gym.
Yeah.
A simple handball gym.
Uniquely to yao peke yao.
It's not a must we attain the feats of Morocco.
Yeah.
If it's very expensive, why can't we construct something that can host other sports? Here, we are here to talk about sports. And when it's sports, it cuts across.
Yeah.
We are not speaking with bias to football. If we cannot attain what Morocco is doing, let us construct an athletic stadium. Yes. Let us come and host IAAF or meets. Yes. Let us host what else? Kipkeino Classic.
There's beach volleyball. There's all this hockey, all those things.
If we want to emulate other sporting powerhouses, and we are not, sorry, our standards of football are not that good.
Yeah.
Let us go for what we are good in. If it's a volleyball pitch, let us build something for Malkia strikers.
Yeah.
Na pia on top of that, naweza sema katika hizi bodi zote za sports, unaweza pata kama athletics, unajua wanakuanga na running court. Si ndio?
Yes.
Unaweza pata wao wanaweza jitoa kando kidogo tu, sababu Kenya hii naijua mimi. Sasa unapata ni vizuri zaidi, especially rugby board ya rugby na hii ya football, si ndio? Hawakuangi mara nyingi viwanja vyao viko na running court. Hao ndio watu wanaweza shikana pamoja tena wakashirikiana mzuri sana. Sababu ni ajabu sana, yani tunasema tuna viwanja kama Nyayo ama Kasarani na zina running court. Football ya saa hii hata ukienda huko nje kupata football inachezwa mahali kuna running court.
The Talanta Stadium will be without a running court.
Yes. At least for the first time.
For the first time.
I wanted to add.
Wacha tukimbie tulipe bill zetu.
Wacha
tuende tu break kidogo tu. Nachukua tu break wacha tulipe bill zetu.
Fresh. Barida.
Taking a very, very short break. We'll be back, of course, with more on this discussion.
The FIFA Club